Tell you guys won't believe it. Got halfway through this podcast and wasn't even recording on my Zoom. But you're listening to the Imperfect Speaker Podcast with your host, Stephen W. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to imagine being in front of a pool table. And on that pool table, you have all of the pool balls just scattered around the table. And in front of you, you have the pool rack. That's the little triangle piece that all of the balls go inside. But it's empty. And I want you to gently glide the rack. I want you to imagine this. Gently glide the rack from one end of the pool table to the other end of the pool table. And what I want you to try to accomplish is I want you to try and get a pool ball inside of the pool rack without lifting up the pool ball and without lifting the rack up off of the table. See if you can do that. Just imagine that. Get it from one end to the other. Okay. Now, if you're at the other end and you wasn't able to do it, I'll give you another opportunity to try. Turn the pool rack around, and let's go from one end of the pool table to the other end of the pool table. And I want you to come in contact with as many pool balls as you can as you go from one end to the other. But again, the goal is to see if you can get a pool ball inside of the pool rack without physically lifting up the ball or lifting the rack up off the table. All right. Now, I don't know how many of you are successful even trying to imagine this, but if you have a working brain like I do, we both know that this is physically impossible. It absolutely is. Now you can open up your eyes. Now, what I want you to think about is that pool rack being your personal space, your sanctuary, your comfort zone, that internal space within yourself, your heart. And I want the pool balls that were scattered all around the table, I want those to be individuals. They may be coworkers. They may be the mailman. They may be the person that you come in contact with that's ringing you up at the register. They may be your employer or your employees if you own a business. They can be whoever it is you want them to be. And I want the pool table itself from one end to the other end to represent life. You'll notice that as you're traveling through life, you're coming in contact with so many different individuals, classmates, teachers, just regular bystanders. And as you're coming in contact with them, I want you to realize that no one can enter your personal space, your comfort zone, your sanctuary, unless you physically pick them up and put them there. Because see, in life, we're going to come across a vast variety of different individuals. Some of them are friendly. Some of them are not friendly. Some of them can contribute to helping you get to where you need to be. Some of them don't. But you need to determine who you're going to put inside your personal space. Because everyone that you come in contact with, every ball or every individual that pool rack, which is you, your personal space, came in contact with, don't need to have access to be inside that pool rack, your personal space. They don't. Just because you was my classmate or we grew up together and we fell out of contact for XYZ amount of years that doesn't necessarily mean I need to put you inside my personal life, in my personal space. That is my sanctuary. Compared to life, that little triangle rack is what you own. That's you. And you're traveling through life. And you're going to come across individuals that may want to go inside your personal space, but don't belong there. It's almost like getting delivered a package or someone from work bringing you something because you forgot it. And they decide, hey, listen, I'm on my way home. If you don't mind, I'll drop it off to you. Cool, not a problem. They pull up to your house. They pull up on your porch. Hey, thank you for what it is that you gave me. I really appreciate it. This individual do not need to come inside your personal sanctuary, which would be your home. And this may sound funny, but listen to what I'm saying. They don't need to see what brand television you have. They don't need to see what your slippers look like. They don't need to see the toys that's on the floor from your child. They don't need to see what your coffee table look like. They don't need to see the arrangement of your furniture. And these may seem like simple, small things, but the message that I'm trying to drive is that is your sanctuary. Everything that's in that space, that's all you. That is a part of your life. That is a part of your privacy. And just because I work with you doesn't necessarily mean I have to allow you to enter that space. Because what happens if you allow that person to enter your space and they don't have your privacy? Because what happens if you allow that person inside your private space and then once they leave, they start gossiping at the water cooler? Hey, listen, I went to Steven's house and, oh my goodness, furniture was ugly. Oh my goodness, he had this weird paint on the wall. Oh my goodness, he is seeing such and such. He is dating such and such. Oh my goodness, he had this, he had that. All for what? All because you physically allowed that person to enter your personal space. Just because you have a rapport with them, that doesn't necessarily mean they need access to you. Just because we graduated together at grade school doesn't necessarily mean I have to accept you on social media, where if your account is private, you have all of your personal pictures, your mother, your father, your husband, your children, your family member that might be sick or disabled or have, some type of disability. All of your personal content don't need to be accessible by this individual because they're in your presence, because you graduated with them, because you see them every day, because you come in contact with them every day, because you're partners with them at work. And that's not to say that you can't build that bond with individuals and that you can't give them access to that if they deserve it and if you feel comfortable and if you feel that they are trustworthy. Then absolutely, as you're going through life, pick up that ball, put them inside that personal space. But you're not going to have access to that personal space just because you're in my presence. Just because we clock in together. Just because we clock out together. No. You don't need access to that. So what I want you to do is I want you to pay very close attention to everyone that you're allowing inside your personal space. And I want you to realize that no one can enter your personal space unless you physically put them there. You have to physically put them there. You have to physically put them there. As you're sliding through life and you're coming in present with all of these different balls that's surrounding the table that's a part of your journey or in your journey as you're going through life, some of them may be pushed to the side. Some of them may be pushed and go in the same direction as you're going in. But that doesn't mean that they need to be inside your personal space. That is your sanctuary. And not everyone needs access to that. Make sure you're identifying those that are going to support you, that are going to help you, that are going to contribute to your purpose and what it is that you want to do, that are going to help you if you're down, that are going to help you. Not everyone needs access to your personal space. And they damn sure can't get there without you putting them there. It takes energy to put them there. And I promise you this, it may be easy to put them there, but it's a hell of a lot harder and a hell of a lot more energy exerted trying to get them out. And if it is easy getting them out, how much damage have they caused inside? How much damage have they caused you? How much hurt have they caused you? Make sure these individuals are trustworthy. I want to thank you so much for listening to this episode. Please, if you have any comments, as always, leave them below. Work on you like you're seeking a promotion. And I can't wait to talk to you next time. Take care.